Hi guys, welcome to the channel. If you're one of these people who never wanted to have the fortification in the first place, then what I'm about to say probably gonna make you just a little bit more concerned. See, it's bad enough they're trying to force fortification of a lot of the foods out there, but in this instance I'm going to be talking about the fortification of the flour and all the other bread products with the synthetic folic acid. See, fortification process itself is rather industrial process. And even in hindsight, whether you agree or disagree with the fortification, the second question actually arises: how consistent is the dosing? See, the point is, guys, bad enough is actually pushed upon us without asking people. And the second point is that the dose is actually rather variable. So I'm not here to argue whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, whether it's for good cause or not. The point is, as people, we should have a choice. If I don't want to consume the fortification, I should be able to avoid it. Yet the fact is, they always tell us it is for a greater good, and they say to us normally, if something is mandatory, they say, don't worry, it's consistent, it's monitored, and it is absolutely safe. Well, what if it isn't? Technically, if the dosing is not consistent, then some of us may be consuming something without our consent. See, they always tell us that the fortification is a medical health tool. So technically, it should be consistent, it should be accurate, it should be uniform, and it should be monitored rather tightly, because otherwise they'll become kind of like a guesswork rather than medical intervention. But guess what? The fortification process doesn't actually work like medicine. It doesn't deliver fortification like medicine. It is genuinely industrial process. And unfortunately, when we talk about the industrial process, it involves machines. Yes, of course, it involves humans as well, but majority is done by the machines and the computers. And guess what? All of this come with errors. So basically, fortification itself is when they add on a small amount of the fortification product into a very, very large amount of flour. Of course, the amount of the fortification has to be sufficient enough for them to want it to push this upon us in the first place, without, in fact, a lot of people wanting it. But the point is, when you're starting to add on a small amount of fortification into a very large amount of flour, in this instance, then what happens then? We're relying on the machinery. We're relying on how the microdosing machine works. We genuinely rely on how the accurate machine is. And of course, we're also relying on humans. And we all know humans make errors. And at the same time, we also know the machines are not always perfect. So what happens then? Okay, and the same time as well, guys, the humidity plays a huge role. So if you can imagine, right, if you add on a teaspoon of yeast into a very large cup of flour and you try to mix it, all right, there's going to be a degree of errors. And when we're talking about huge scales, they're doing this, we're talking about, or what they call like a hotspot. So basically, when you end up with a bunch of flour, and you're going to have some of it being undermixed and some of it being overmixed. Hopefully that makes sense. So you basically end up with uneven batches. You have batches of flour because they're bagged into the smaller bags. As we know, going to be having very little fortification, and in some instances, we're going to have some that have a lot more fortification than what we expect. So you can imagine if somebody buys a flour or anything else or any other product that is fortified, people expect standards and people expect something to be very much universal and precise. But unfortunately, when we're talking about the fortification of flour, there is no exact amount. This is just a range. So basically it means that some of you, yes, will buy the flour that has very little fortification, but some of you will buy flour that will have a batch that might have too much fortification. And again, might not sound very important to some of you, but to people don't understand the whole idea of the synthetic folic acid and the effect it has on some people when they consume that, knowing that you can buy a bag of flour that has none, or you buy a bag of flour that has way too much. This is the problem. Yes, of course, it is within range, but who tests it in range and how often? You know, they always tell us again, and I say this again, when they talk about fortification, all of the documents there, they say it is safe, it is tested. So is it safe comparing to what? Who monitors it and how often they test it? See, the problem is when we're talking about the large scale, we talk about the national scale fortification, right? They're not going to test every bag and they're not going to test every batch, okay? They do this a little bit, they do this whatever, how often they do this, but it doesn't happen all the time and it doesn't happen on a regular basis. So the problem is when we have a final product on the shelves, that means some of us can consume more, some of us can consume less. But the problem is you would not know the difference and the labels won't tell you. And this is the problem. And this is what nobody tells you about it. People assume And I do get it. I totally understand. When something pushed upon us as people, you assume consistency because they tell you it's safe and it's consistent. But it is physically impossible to get every single bag, every single batch consistent because of the machinery. It's a massive, massive process. It is run by the machines and it's not perfect. So the point is of the video, guys, of course, is the petition. Okay, that petition's been started a couple of months ago, and unfortunately, for some reason, it's really halted. We're now just still over 2,000 signatures, which is not a lot at all. We see recently there's a lot of petitions happening within the food industry. We're talking about the halal labeling. It's happening and things are moving. So we need to get this petition out there. We need to make sure that we get to 100,000 to get this change. A lot of you don't want it, okay? And even people that do, you can see that clearly there are loopholes. There are problems that are not really spoken about. It's not as transparent and it's not perfect. So please, 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 guys, if you haven't signed the petition, please sign it. I'll put it down in the description. Please spread the video, spread the petition. Just make sure we get this done, okay? Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.